What's up, gamers? My name's Scyushi, and today we're going to be taking a look at my Diablo video of recent. If you guys didn't already notice, my Diablo 4 video is exploding in its trending popularity. I don't even know why. I guess because it says Diablo 4 goes open world, and that's just a tag that most people want to see. I think the other big reason is just because I was one of the first people that ended up covering this, because most of the other bigger channels that are actually used to producing videos for Diablo and games like that are actually, they were at Blizzcon, so they couldn't make these videos go public before I did, I think. I don't know, but for whatever reason, this video is exploding in popularity and unfortunately has a pretty bad dislike ratio. And that's what I wanted to focus on today. I wanted to try to get to the bottom of what this dislike ratio is about. And I have a couple theories of what it actually is, but we're also going to end up reading through some of the comments because I think it could be funny. And I'm going to end up responding to comments in video form so that they can't, because I'm better than them. Right? I'm joking. But anyways, I think that the big reason this video had so many dislikes is because the original video, I was actually reacting to the Diablo gameplay trailer at the beginning. And I think that a lot of people wanted to just see the raw gameplay rather than watch a reaction video, which I can understand that. But in that regard, those people are actually small brain because they can easily just go and watch the gameplay video on Blizzard's channel rather than coming to my channel and complaining that I'm making a reaction video when it is in fact my video and I can do what I want. But I don't think that that's why there were so many dislikes, guys. I think the reason that there were so many dislikes was because people clicked on this video expecting something different, and what they saw immediately for the first 3 to 5 minutes of the video was a reaction video. And I can fully understand why people would see that, go, oh, I got clickbaited, dislike, and then they just move on to another video. So I rectified that. I actually cut the beginning portion of that video out. So now it just gets into the raw gameplay of the Druid, where I talk about a lot of the information that I saw not only in the video itself, but also information that got relayed to me from Blizzard themselves, talking about all this Diablo stuff. Now, there is the high possibility that some of the information that I talked about was misinterpreted or just outright wrong, but this is the trade-off of me just being overly excited about this and wanted to share something with my subscribers. I was not expecting this video to end up exploding in the views or anything like that. But anyways, I tried to rectify it by cutting that beginning portion of the video. And for some reason, another big thing that people very much criticized me for in this video was me talking about the classes being gender locked and saying how it didn't make sense. I should have explained that better. What I was getting at with classes being gender lock is I wasn't trying to be like, I'm an old man, I don't think that a sorceress can end up being a man, because literally sorceress is a female wizard, you morons. But people were arguing with me saying, why can't there be a male wizard? Of course there can be a male wizard. It's not that I'm like some freak that thinks the classes should be gender locked. It's just, for me, it got me really nostalgic, okay? Because I remembered the olden days of playing Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. And I played those games with my brother and with my cousin. Even my dad got into them. And I thought that it was really cool at the time and made the classes feel a lot more iconic to me. Because in Diablo 3, to me, it feels more like you're just picking a character and then you just, like, your gender doesn't matter. It's like, who cares? You can play as a boy or a girl. It didn't feel as personal to me as it did with my first early experiences with Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. But on top of that, I think it's just the fact that it says Diablo 4 goes open world. And a lot of people are saying that, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. People are saying that Diablo 2 was already open world, which no, it wasn't. This is the map in Diablo 4. It's huge. Now, that said, we've got this starting location right here, and it's, it's kind of small, it's kind of focused, right? But here's the thing. Here's the difference of Diablo 2 versus what open world means in a video game. And I can't believe that I'm having to explain what open world means in a video game. This is pathetic, the day and age that we're in. We're in 2019. People aren't supposed to be this stupid in the comments section. Diablo 2 wasn't open world. Technically, you could go a lot further You know, you could go to the starting area or you could skip past it, but then you would run into enemies that were too powerful so you couldn't defeat them, right? In that regard, people are trying to say that that's open world. No, what open world means is literally what we have right here, where the town is in the center of the map and you can go off in any direction that you want and explore the world how you want. That's what open world means. Now, there's going to end up being certain areas that will end up having enemies that'll end up being too powerful for you. And I got that wrong in the video where I said, you know, that was never in one of the Diablo games before, but that in fact was in Diablo 2. You know, the further out you would get, you would start running into more powerful enemies and they would try to prevent you from, you know, progressing too far into certain areas. But arguably, Diablo 2 was still a very linear experience. You had to experience it the way that the game wanted you to. Whereas something like this, you can kind of just go in whatever direction you want. You could probably even go to the world boss before you're prepared for it. So anyways, I promised you guys we would look at some of the comments here. So we got a moron right here saying near pointless commentary. I mean, I literally explained in the video how the gameplay itself didn't have sound. So if I wasn't commentating, it would just be a muted video. Not to mention near pointless commentary like that, you know, again, this is 5 days old, this comment. So I again think that this has to do with people not wanting me to react to the gameplay trailer, which again, my argument is go watch the reaction trailer then. The link's in the description if you would take 2 seconds to actually look. But since I've gotten rid of that reaction part of the video, I think that the like ratio has slowly gone up. And further than that, the comments have definitely been a lot less critical. But then we got another guy here. So Gandalf being a male didn't make sense. Mages/wizards can be male. It's a sorceress, you moron. Sorceress, not sorcerer. That's a throwback to Diablo 2. Again, that's why I was excited about the idea, was because I thought they were going on the nostalgia. It's not that I thought that it didn't make any sense for a wizard to be a male. You know, a wizard can, or a mage can be a boy or a girl. That doesn't matter, you freak. And here's another one. Why doesn't it make sense sorcerer can be a male as well? It's a sorceress. Like, I guess I should have explained it a little bit better, but I didn't think that my grammar was going to be scrutinized so much. Sorcerer is not a word that supports a gender specific. No, sorceress does though. And that's what the class is. The class was a sorceress. Comments like this are just moot. I just think it's hilarious that people got so frustrated about this one point. Like, if that's the one thing people are complaining about, like, I'm just sitting here thinking, why aren't you just hyped about this video? You know, like, it's like, it was so exciting for me. And that's where, yeah, maybe I explained myself a little bit incorrectly in certain situations. And again, you know, I'm sorry about that, guys, but I was just sitting here thinking, this is awesome, right? There's also another moment in the video where he ends up, where is it? He's in this cave, right? And it's really, really cool and sick. And it just, the graphics look amazing, even though obviously it looks very similar to Diablo 3. But trust me, the graphics actually do have a big enough difference in game to Diablo 3. There's a lot more detail in the environment. And especially you notice it with the sorcerer, just because when you're using ice skills, the ground ends up freezing over and it just looks really cool. So this is another thing I got criticized for, was people saying that it's not that big a deal that you can, you know, from this point, you click on this ladder after this stupid character interacts with it, and now you've descended into depth level 2 in the caves. And people were, you know, there was a comment saying that, where is it? Yeah, this guy right here. So saying, stop right there with this seamless cave 1 to cave 2 are now just the same scene. It's nothing special, really. It is to a Diablo fan. What I noticed in the Diablo 4 gameplay, even in this extremely early build, was that seamlessness from cave floor 1 to cave floor 2 seemed to actually be in all of the gameplay. Like, even when you look at the Druid gameplay, it doesn't really, you know, you gotta feel it to understand it. The Druid gameplay is so smooth compared to other like classes and characters in the Diablo games. And you know, they've already always been smooth, dude. But with the Druid in Diablo 4, you literally will just end up doing a basic attack and transforming into a werewolf, and it just looks so seamless and so smooth. You can cut off your animations by using the new dodge move by pressing space at any time, which that is something that, to me, I get really excited about that, because that means that there's even more player skill involved with the game. Because if you play a game like Path of Exile, for example, Path of Exile is an amazing game. Path of Exile pretty much had its popularity because Diablo 2 existed. Diablo 3 came out. Old school Diablo fans weren't really the biggest fan of what Diablo 3 ended up making, because it wasn't really like Diablo 1 or Diablo 2. It was more of a casual audience thing, whatever. But the point is that Path of Exile was very much like Diablo 2, and is still arguably an insanely really good free-to-play Diablo game that is more like Diablo 2 and modern. That said, if you'll allow me to criticize it a little bit, the controls are a bit sticky. And that's because it's an indie game, as opposed to a game that's being produced by a AAA company. Usually you'll end up having really good tight controls. And Diablo 4, I can just tell by watching the gameplay. Even I recently played Lost Ark, and that game has a dodge as well. And the animations and the movement of the characters is smooth enough, but it's still just a slight bit sticky that you could clearly see was not present in Diablo 4. So that's where I didn't explain it properly. But the reason I got so excited about transitioning from floor 1 to floor 2 was because that seamlessness of gameplay seems to be across the board what they're trying to do with the game. And I could say, you know, that the game doesn't look that much different from Diablo 3. Obviously. What could they end up actually doing to step up Diablo? You know, what could they do to make this game better than Diablo 3? Well, first of all, it seems like they're taking a step back and going more towards a darker tone and something like Diablo 2, which is awesome. But on top of that, the seamless animations, tighter combat, more fluidity in the animations and the environment and how it all works together, that's pretty much all they can end up doing. That's their best bet of actually making the game better, is just by upping the quality of what we've already seen. You know, even with all of the spells and stuff and the video effects, it looks fantastic. Okay, so I don't know what people are complaining about. So last but not least, there is one last comment that I wanted to mention here, which I think is actually a really good criticizing comment, saying you need to go watch Riker's interview with the lead developer over at Diablo 4 because you have a lot of the information wrong in this video. And that, again, I know that I'm guilty of that, just because what I did with this video was it was more so of a reaction video where I was watching the gameplay. I was really excited about it and I wanted to share it. Okay. I was really excited about it. And that is something that I won't apologize for. It's just that I got hyped about this game and I wanted to let you guys know how cool this looks. Anyways, I think that I've done that. And I think that this video didn't need to end up being 16 minutes long, but I wanted to talk about this, guys, and I just thought that it was kind of interesting what ended up happening with this, because it's been a while since I had a video breakout, and I mean, I can only hope that when I start my Diablo 4 series, enough people are going to be excited about it, because I'm not like Riker. I can't talk to the lead developers. I can't confirm any of this information. You know, at the time that I recorded this video, I pretty much shared all the information that was available to me, whereas, you know, that guy saying you should watch Riker's video, it's like, yeah, sure, I probably would have watched it if it was out before I ended up seeing all of this stuff. Thanks for watching, gamers. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you found this video entertaining in some form. You know, I know that I was a little bit harsh on some of the comments and just some of the dislikes and stuff like that, but I mean, seriously, dude, it's frustrating when you end up seeing your work get picked apart on the microscopic level of stupid things too. Like, if I got all these dislikes just because I said the classes being gender locked would be a cool throwback to Diablo 2, then screw it. I don't care about the dislikes, you know? And people still keep coming and still keep watching this video. And again, I want to reiterate this point. Since I cut the beginning of this video, the like ratio has steadily gone up. But this video will be forever tarnished. It's got the dislikes. These people that dislike the video are not coming back to remove their dislike. Thanks for watching, though, gamers. Smash like or hit dislike. I honestly don't care. Have yourselves a great day. Sayonara and stay epic, guys.